Welcome to Stay Wavy TV. Enjoy and ride the wave.
This man, Richardson Hitchins, pulled out of his fight with Oscar Duarte this past Saturday. Less than, literally hours before the fight, like the day of the fight, this man came out and said he got food poisoning and he was throwing up and he can't make the fight. This man made weight, right? Was able to rehydrate, you know what I'm saying? Did the face off, talked all this smack, said that he was ready for the fight. And then the man just pulled a Floyd Schofield, bro. Like let's call it what it is, y'all. This man was scared of Oscar Duarte. When he had that face off with Oscar Duarte and he seen how strong Oscar Duarte looked in that weigh-in, and we seen how skinny and brittle Richardson Hitchins looked at that weigh-in, bro. He knew he was going to get knocked out. I was predicting Oscar Duarte was going to stop Richardson Hitchins. And obviously, Hitchins wasn't confident in himself going into that fight. And instead of just being a man and just telling people what it is, see, this is what happens when you talk too much trash, right? This man, Richardson Hitchins, bruh, he talks all this shit, right? Calls out all of these different fighters. And then when it's time to step into the ring with one of them, he gets nervous. He gets scared. He gets a little shaky, right? Like, what people don't know is Richardson Hitchins had the opportunity to fight Keyshawn Davis on the Shakur Teofimo Lopez card. This man turned down a $2 million payday to fight Keyshawn Davis. That would have been a big fight. That fight probably would have been bigger than the main event between Shakur and Teo. And Richardson Hitchins turned it down. So Keyshawn Davis ended up fighting Jermaine Ortiz. So now we have a situation where you're fighting Oscar Duarte, who only has a loss to Ryan Garcia. He got stopped by Ryan Garcia. But Oscar Duarte bounced back and beat Kenny Sims Jr. You know what I'm saying? Oscar Duarte is punching, okay? He has power in those hands. But it's just funny how, a guy like Richardson Hitchins, who talks so much shit, who'll get in your face and scream at the top of his lungs and act like he's the biggest, baddest wolf in boxing. And you out here pulling out of fights. You out here turning down career paydays to really show people how good you are. And I already know what Richardson Hitchins is going to do. Richardson Hitchins, he's going to drop that belt. He's going to move up to 147. And he's going to do everything in his power to get a fight with Devin Haney. He's not going to try to fight Ryan Garcia. He's not going to try to fight Shakur Stevenson. He's not going to stay at 140 and fight Gary Antoine Russell. He's going to try to fight somebody that he thinks in his mind is soft. Okay, so he's going to do everything in his power to try to get that Devin fight next. And if he can't get the Devin fight, he's probably going to fight Rolly Romero. Let's just call it what it is, man. Let's just call it what it is, man. I think Richardson Hitchins, I think he's going to have a career just like Adrian Broner. I think whenever he gets the courage to finally step up and fight an elite boxer, I think he's going to get exposed. Because, I think Keyshawn would have cooked Richardson Hitchins. I think Keyshawn would have stopped him. Okay, say what you want, but Keyshawn got skills, bruh. He hits hard, he gets knockouts, and he's a very skillful boxer that has great footwork. And Richardson Hitchins, bro, you literally faced off with Keyshawn. You was in this man's face, screaming, spitting all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Talking all types of crazy shit. And then when the man called you bluff and offered you almost $2 million to get the squabble, you turned it down. You turned it down to fight Oscar Duarte, and then you pull out of the fight 3 or 4 hours before the fight, bro. Unbelievable, bro. Unbelievable. Guys, seriously, where does Richardson Hitchins go from here? Because he's not going to fight Oscar Duarte next. That fight is done, right? Where do you go from here? I don't think anybody should take this man serious anymore, bruh. Anymore. I seen an interview where Hitchins was saying, I'm not really interested in fighting, Shakur because that's my friend. We talk every day. Bruh, this is boxing, bruh. Ain't no friends in boxing, bruh. Then somebody asked him about Gary Antoine Russell. That was would you unify with Gary Antoine Russell? And he didn't say yes or no. He said, me and Gary Antoine Russell, we came up together, back in the amateurs. It's funny how we we was the top dogs in the amateurs, and here we are again, both champ. Man, are you gonna fight him or not? Are you gonna unify with Gary Antoine Russell or not, bro? All you had to say is yes or no. He didn't even answer the question, bro. He just start talking about a whole bunch of bullshit, bro. You know what I'm saying? So we got to start calling guys like this out in the sport of boxing, bro, because boxing does not need, characters like Richardson Hitchins that just talk. And then when it's time to really put your hands to work, you ain't doing that. We don't need no more of that in the sport of. We got enough boxers like that. We already got the Gervonta Tank Davises. We already got the Adrian Broners of the world. You know what I'm saying? We don't need any more characters like that in the sport of boxing. And with that being said, it's your boy Wavy, Stay Wavy TV. Make sure y'all subscribe, thumbs up the video, leave a comment. And yeah, man, you ducked Oscar Duarte. You didn't want no parts of that smoke.
Welcome to Stay Wavy TV. Enjoy and ride the wave. Welcome to Stay Wavy TV.